Cap the UFC 320 card that just happened. We low-key pulled off a masterclass in the picks. We only lost in the main event. Obviously, Magwaran Ankalaev got knocked the fuck out. But as you can see, we're changing up how we do like the betting. So what we're gonna do from now on is me and the Shy Guy MMA team have decided that we're gonna work off of like a bankroll starting with $1,000. Let me scroll up. So starting with $1,000, and how it's gonna work is we're gonna have 1% of the account be used, so we can like grow at a rate that's like, the more money we earn, the more money we'll get. Rather, the more money we have, the more money we'll get. So as you can see, we did pretty good. We got like 24 bucks from this event, so pretty good. We're looking to make we're looking at 2x by like halfway through next year, looking pretty good. So yeah, let's go right on with this card. So the first fight, Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. So here's the deal. I was like watching this fight, and the first like round and a half, I was like, bro, this is like kind of a garbage fight. I saw that Veronica Hardy was just piecing this girl up on the feet, and Brogan Walker's fight IQ was garbage because she actually did land takedowns by the end of the round. But I guess she didn't have that urgency to win. Didn't see what happened. Veronica Hardy wins. I don't care about women flyweight MMA. I don't know who to match her up against. But pretty good win. We won this bet. So Ramirez Brahimaj, like I said, I went to the gym during the Veronica Hardy fight. I could not watch this fight. This is why I didn't put money on Austin Vanderford. He is not as good as people think he is, or rather, he wasn't as tested as people really thought he was. And he only beat Veretennikov, who's not that good, right? Brahimaj gets a submission. I don't really know who to match him up against, but I'll say someone that's 1 or 2 away from the rankings. Let's say like, I don't even know. Ramiz Brahimaj, you can fight anyone. Fuck it, man. Farid Basharat versus Chris Gutierrez. So I actually did come back like the last round. This was a pretty good fight from what I saw. It was like Farid Basharat was actually doing pretty good in the striking. And Chris Gutierrez, like, he really didn't have that much to answer for in terms of Farid Basharat. I think Farid Basharat took him down a little bit, smudged him against the ground. Farid Basharat, once again, he's got, like, very, very low power, right? But he is pretty skilled in the bantamweight division. I think he should fight against, like, someone close to the top 15 and then get, like, a top 10 fight, or just hit the top 15. I think Kyler Phillips would be a pretty good fight. Kyler Phillips ain't that good. And I think Farid Basharat will be able to take down Kyler Phillips. But Kyler Phillips is a strong, like, quick, hard-hitting striker. So we might see Farid Basharat get chinned like his brother. But pretty good fight. We won this one as well. Macy Chiasson versus Yana Santos. I was taking a shit during this fight. I didn't know what happened, but too bad. Yana Santos won. Macy Chiasson, I thought she was better. I thought she would fight against Kayla Harrison in a main event or something like that, or like a co-main event. But as it turns out, Yana Santos wins. Didn't see it happen, but I will say she should probably fight against like a Raquel Pennington or like a alright, what's her name again? Juliana Pena. For a title eliminator bout, just for her to get smoked by Kayla Harrison. I don't care about women's bantamweight that much, but seems like a good fight. So we have Punahele Soriano versus Nikolai Veretennikov. Pretty in dominating fashion. Nikolai Veretennikov, you can see he had 2 submission attempts. That's literally him just jumping a guillotine and doing nothing else, just like existing at range and getting taken down over and over and over and over again. I was a little bit scared about Punahele Soriano like gassing out in round number 2 and 3, but he did really pour it on. Not pour it on, but like he did really like keep up the pace. I guess he got a second win by the end of in the middle of the second round. Pretty good performance by Soriano. Honestly, he could fight Ramiz Brahimaj. Honestly, actually, Veretennikov cut his ass. Okay, so now we have the real fights. Edmund Shablazian versus Andre Muniz. So we won this one. Shablazian, like, I was a little scared, low-key, because I saw he was getting boxed up by Andre Muniz, and Muniz has pretty good power. And then I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like a hook to the temple or something like that, or maybe it was like a really hard straight shot. But Andre Muniz just got wobbled by the end of the round, and then Edmund Shablazian, like, he really poured it on, and he's Edmund Shablazian. If he didn't win that round, he probably would have lost, honestly, because his cardio is just so mediocre. But he did really pour it onto him, and he got him to the ground. And Andre Muniz was doing pretty good to defend himself on the ground, but then Shablazian, he hit like a really nasty like ground and pound elbow on the ground and just put his ass to sleep in like the last couple of seconds. Very good win for Edmund Shablazian. I think he should fight against someone like someone close to the rankings. Honestly, I'm okay with him fighting like a Shar Bullet Magomedov getting pieced up, or maybe even like the loser of Rodolfo Vieira versus Bo Nickel. I feel like that'll be a good fight. Then give him a top 15 if he wins. So next we have Patchy Mix versus Jakub Wicklash. First of all, I did not put money on this fight. Like I said before, Patchy Mix is not that good, and it's scary to put money on him. And I really don't understand how he has gone 25 minutes in championship rounds against like genuinely good competition. But like I don't know how he just like gassed out in the first round, and like by the second round he was done, right? But so was Jakub. That's the issue, and I think Jakub, like, I'm not gonna watch this fight back. Obviously, I'm not. I don't think the fight was any bit entertaining. But all Jakub really was able to do was get Patchy Mix off of him and go for guillotines. I know the striking numbers look like that, but they were pretty even on the feet, to be honest with you. And even like on the ground and pound, it was like there weren't damaging shots, right? So Patchy Mix was just taking him down, and in the second round, he had a lot of like ground control, and they were pretty even on the feet. And there's no fucking way that you could think Jakub won the third round, and there's like almost no argument to say Patchy Mix lost the second round. So I'm gonna be honest, like I don't like to call robbery. I do like to call like, oh, that fight could have gone either way, but this was a robbery. Patchy Mix pretty clearly won. Which is, I mean, either way, these are two very low-level fighters from what we have seen. Patchy Mix, maybe give him one more opportunity against a super low-level fighter. Maybe not even low-level, but like maybe just Cody Garbrandt to just like piece him up. And Jakub Wicklash, let's give him like Johnny Barcelos. How about that, right? Or the winner, not the winner, maybe the loser of Johnny Barcelos versus Ricky Simon, right? See how he is. If he wins that fight, give him a top 15. If he loses, back to the prelims. So next we have Daniel Santos versus Yuju Sang. I really did believe in Yuju Sang, and he was just emoting at range, and he was really like in the Matrix, like what's his name? Not Mateusz Gamrot, the other guy. The guy that just pulled out. Fiziev, right? He was doing this like step back for these like head kicks and these wheel kicks, and even the leg kicks and body kicks. Really made Daniel Santos miss a lot, and he did get taken down, and then he emoted on the ground, being like, "Oh, this shit's boring," right? I thought Yuju Sang won the first round, just off of emoting, because that counts. You guys need to know that, and also just like damage and accuracy. And then in the second round, like Yuju Sang was doing the exact same thing, emoting at range, and he got caught. Like, dude's hands were in his pockets, right? Absolutely no guard up. He got caught a little bit like Charles Johnson versus what's his name, Loner Kavanaugh. Daniel Santos, big fucking dude, missed weight, but still caught Yuju Sang. He's gonna need to make weight, but whatever. Like, I'm gonna say Yuju Sang should fight maybe like a Nate Landwehr. And Daniel Santos, let's give him another Korean. Let's give him Doo-Ho Choi. See him get pieced up. All right, next we have Ateba Gautier versus Tristan Vines. This is a pretty funny fight. It kind of looked like they took someone out of the crowd, and that's essentially what they did. They replaced Ozzy Diaz with some random fucking black dude that's gotten knocked out 3 times before. Ateba Gautier, we did win this, actually round 1 KO. Ateba Gautier was just patient. He was just like walking him down and cutting off the cage, and he was hitting him with some stuff. And then it says Ateba Gautier had a takedown, but he really just shucked off his dead body. Tristan Vines shot for a takedown, and here's the issue: he actually almost had it. Like, he had Ateba Gautier stumbling, really had him off balance for like a quick second, and then Ateba Gautier got to the cage, got his step back. And I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think he hit him with an elbow. It might have been like a really insanely hard elbow, but it hit. And as you can see, every strike he hit was a significant strike. So I think the elbow, like the 1 or 2 elbows he hit him with on the takedown, actually took that dude's ass out. Either this guy's incredibly chinny or Ateba Gautier has like inhumane power, or both. But pretty good win for Ateba Gautier. I'm going to want to see him step up, because I know he would have beaten Ozzy Diaz, and I don't think he should reschedule a fight with something easy like that. I think he should fight against someone genuinely like close to the top 15. Maybe like an Ikram Aliskerov, or like what's his name? Not Chris Curtis, because he moved down. Roman Kopylov, right? I think Ateba Gautier, we need to see him test his grappling somewhat. Maybe even like a Cesar Almeida. I'm not sure if he's still fighting, where the fuck this guy is, but I want to see Ateba Gautier do something that can really test himself, because I don't want to see any more cans anymore. We understand that he's a can crusher. What else can he do in this division? So next we have the main card. We have fucking Smoking Joe Pyfer versus Abus Magomedov. Joe Pyfer, this guy right here, that's my fucking man. Joe Pyfer. So for the first round, Abus was really controlling him, and he really didn't get anything besides, like, what do you call it, like a scissor submission, which is like super. I don't think Joe Pyfer is like ever gonna get hit by something like that low level. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt, come on now, and he's like a high school wrestler or whatever, high college wrestler, and he's hits really fucking hard. Joe Pyfer was able to weather a storm and really keep it like low key. Like, he was just there, existing. He was willing to give up a round to see what happens in the second and third. And then Joe Pyfer gets in the second round, looking racist as fuck, throwing like a huge winging hook, like not even natural power, just like putting everything into his hooks, and then knocks down Abus Magomedov. Really, Abus Magomedov wasn't fully out. He was just like kind of down, and he was playing like the guard game, and then Joe Pyfer passes guard, tries to get the head and arm, and then they scramble, and then Joe Pyfer gets the back, and then he hooks his arm onto his neck. Abus not fighting it at all, and then Joe Pyfer just squeezes with all his racist might and absolutely just chokes this fucker out. Joe Pyfer, I'm not sure if he's going to be ranked, but I think give him a top 10 opponent next. Give him like not someone as good as like Robert Whittaker, but give him like the loser of Brendan Allen versus what's his name, Rainier de Ritter in the next card. I think that'll be a pretty good fight, or maybe even a Roman Dolidze. Actually, yeah, let's say Roman Dolidze versus Joe Pyfer. Just see this guy get absolutely fucking smoked. But good one for Smoke and Joe Pfeiffer. Pretty good performance. Next we have Yusuf Zalal versus Josh Emmett. This guy went 0, 0, 0, and 0. And this guy get 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Pretty boring fight. They didn't really do anything until Yusuf Zalal just hit like a really well-timed takedown. And they were just on the ground. Sorry. They were on the ground. Yusuf Zalal went for like a triangle. Kind of went for a triangle. And then Josh Emmett just fell into a bad position, got armbarred. I wouldn't say Josh Emmett should retire. He's 40, but it was also like he took 0 damage. And neither guys took 0 damage, or they even like sweated. Josh Emmett had like Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw somehow in his corner, and he just got absolutely fucked in a round. I'm gonna say Josh Emmett should fight. Josh Emmett should fight like. I'd say Patricio Pitbull. It's a pretty good fight, top 15. If Josh Emmett loses, he should probably retire. If what's his name? Patricio Pitbull loses, probably should become a gatekeeper for a while. Yusuf Zalal, I think he should fight Aljamain Sterling. And I don't like that because Aljo just won against the top 5 opponent. But I know Yair isn't. And I just hope Yair is fighting Diego Lopez. That's just it. But if Yair doesn't fight Diego Lopez, I wonder fucking why. Fucking pussy. I think Yusuf Zalal versus Yair Rodriguez is a pretty good fight. Yeah, but it was a pretty boring, like, forgettable fight, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, this isn't something that Josh Emmett should, like, be super worried about, or, like, sad about, or Yusuf Zalal should be super proud about, to be honest with you. It's just like, oh yeah, that one's happened, right? That kind of fight. That's my fucking boy, JIRI PROCHAZKA versus Khalil Roundtree. So here's the thing. Khalil Roundtree was really winning in the first, like, 2 rounds. And I really think JIRI's movement was compromised by Khalil's kicking, because Khalil's kicking is elite. He'll throw up a head kick super fast. Right, as fast as like, and anytime JIRI threw something in his offbeat speed, Khalil Roundtree just countered, like perfectly countered. That's actually kind of insane how every single strike. Yeah, these are wrong numbers. There's no way. But anyways, yeah, Khalil Roundtree was just like not piecing him up because they weren't engaging a lot, because they both knew that they had power, but JIRI was really getting tagged up by counters. Like, there was one thing that JIRI was trying to go for, which was like grab the head and hit a jumping knee, and Khalil like got his footing and threw like one of the fastest hooks I've ever seen, and JIRI just ate it. I mean, he got hurt, but he recovered really well and gained his composure really quickly. And this has happened several times. Like, JIRI was getting hit, Khalil was just trying to put on the pressure, but JIRI doesn't get pressured like that. He still walks forward no matter what. And in the 3rd round, like, JIRI, he still had some awkward movement, right? Like, the whole fight, JIRI was just like, it really didn't seem like he was in there. And then JIRI just hits him with, like, I don't even remember what he hit him with, but it really stung Khalil Roundtree. And that's the thing about Khalil, he throws hard and he does gas out. And I know there's this narrative that, oh, he was in Salt Lake City and he was just tired, he wasn't completely gassed out. But yes, he has a pretty bad gas tank if he doesn't manage it, and especially if he gets hurt. And JIRI was really putting it on him, having that autism maxing type of performance, like really just stumbling Khalil around. Khalil was just trying to survive the whole round because he would have won the fight if he did. And JIRI was just not letting him off the hook, really tried to hurt him. And then JIRI got him against the fence. And Khalil was obviously throwing these big fucking overhands and hooks, just to defend himself, kind of like the Alex Pereira fight. And then JIRI hits him right on the fucking chin and slumps him face first into the canvas. Like, he fell forward. I do think that his chin was somewhat worse after the Alex Pereira fight. I think that's just what happens. Kind of like Israel Adesanya, and I was a little bit scared for Yuri as well, actually. And Jamal Hill really had his chin compromised for the Yuri fight as well. That's just kind of the Alex Pereira effect, unfortunately. But yeah, Yuri really fucked him up in the third round, and that's all that matters. Yuri won. We won this. We fucking won. Khalil Roundtree. I'm gonna say Khalil Roundtree should fight like the winner of Rakic versus Mirzakhanov. And Yuri should fight. Okay, here's what I think should happen. If, and this is what I hope to happen, Alex Pereira moves up weight and fights Tom Aspinall or Cyril Gahn, I wanted to see an obvious vacant title fight between Yuri Prochazka and Carlos Ulberg. So I want to see Yuri win the belt back again. And Khalil... I mean, not Khalil, sorry. And if Alex Pereira does not move up, I want to see Alex Pereira versus Carlos Ulberg. And I really hope he retires after that fight. But if not, then we'll see Yuri Prochazka versus hopefully the winner of Khalil versus Rakic or Mirzakhanov. Because it's just tough to have someone locked out of the title picture like that, especially when it's someone I like Yuri. But there's nothing else that we can do, right, about this title picture. And then after Yuri becomes champ or something, I want to see Magomed Ankalaev fight Yuri Prochazka and get fucking knocked out by Yuri. Okay, so next we have Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. Pretty dominant Merab performance. This guy almost broke the takedown record of Khabib. 20 takedowns. Corey Sandhagen was doing a really good job scrambling up and then just getting taken down again. But he's really hard to take down. Merab was really trying for a lot of these takedowns. And especially against the cage, it's Corey was barely getting taken down. It was only in the open where he was really getting taken down hard, or when he was gassed, or when he was rocked. And somehow Merab rocked Corey Sandhagen in the second round. I don't think his chin is as good as people think it is. So what I want to see is fuck Song Yadong, bro. Let's just have Corey Sandhagen versus what's his name, Sean O'Malley. See how that goes, because I really love to see Sean O'Malley fight some fucking nerd like Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen, I think he might be able to out-wrestle him, and I think Sean O'Malley will be able to outstrike him. So it's a pretty interesting fight to see what happens. Honestly, an awesome fight. Merab, just fight Petr Yan and dominate him. I could see him beating Anderson Silva's record, or at least tying it. What's gonna happen? He's gonna fight. He's gonna have to fight. What's his name? Petr Yan. That's 15 if he wins. And then Umar or Mario Bautista. That's 16 if he wins, and I think he does actually. And then after that, it's what's his name? It might be a Vinicius Oliveira or something like that. Or maybe a Wellmaker or something, whatever, 17, 18. I could see him, unless we have someone like a Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva, I don't see Merab losing with the pace that he has. And honestly, I'm super surprised that he was winning fights when they were 3 rounds, right? But he was just dominating people. So yeah, Merab, the fucking man. We won this, obviously. I'm surprised Corey Sandhagen actually made it out. He almost got knocked the fuck out. But a very good performance by Merab. Classic Merab performance. Now this was a good, performance by Alex Pereira. I love Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira, but I don't, I only wanted to see Magomed Ankalaev win if we were to see Yuri versus Ankalaev. But I'm very glad that Alex Pereira won. Alex Pereira, he was just... He didn't hit the he went the shin to shin calf kick like that Jan Blachowicz threw, and by the third or fourth calf kick, Ankalaev's like movement was compromised, and then they went into orthodox, and that's how you know Alex Pereira is gonna fuck people up, right? Because Magwar Ankalaev is shit in orthodox, and he's really open to counters like Jan Blachowicz did, and Alex Pereira just hit him with a really hard right overhand, knocked his ass down, good ground and pound, complete and utter domination, like completely different fight. Alex Pereira was on the pressure from the very beginning. Very good performance by Alex Pereira. I want to see Alex Pereira, like I said before, move up weight class or beat Carlos Ulberg and then retire, or maybe move up again, beat Cyril Gane or something like that. Yeah, honestly, if I don't see Alex Pereira beating Tom Aspinall, but I do see him beating like a Volkov or a Cyril Gane, and that'll be two really good wins on his resume. And I hope Alex Pereira retires after that. I mean, he's gotten through a lot. And Magomedov Ankalaev, I want to see him get one more win. I want to see him fight in the title eliminator bout with someone. Some other light heavyweight that I'm not thinking of. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe also Mirzakhanov or Rakic. Actually, no, Rakic already fought him. Mirzakhanov, maybe. I don't know. But after that, I do want to see JIRI versus Ankalaev. Super high level matchup. And I do think Ankalaev loses that. But it'll be super entertaining. Super high level. But yeah, that was an amazing win by Alex Pereira. I hope to see him soon. But yeah, that was the full UFC 320 card. Tune in a couple of days. I'm going to make the Oliveira versus Fiziev card. Or whatever, Oliveira versus whoever the fuck he's fighting. Gamrot card predictions. Yeah, see ya.